Well, I want to start off by saying that books are better than e-readers, Kindles, Nooks, and stuff like that. And one quote I found is that McCain claims it's hard on the eyes to look at the screen too long and not easily read in sunlight. But this isn't the only issue with e-readers. Piracy is a huge problem. Just like music, you can get books illegally for free, which leads to less money for the authors. NBC News states that 21% of those in U.S. have read an ebook in the past year, but 88% of those have read a printed book as well. E-readers are also unsafe to read in the pool or at the beach. If it falls in the water, it can get damaged permanently, which means you have to buy another e-reader. And you don't only lose your book, you lose all of your books that are safe on your e-reader, which is more expensive overall. And most importantly, New York Times states that children learn at a slower rate through e-readers when their parents read to them. Their reading comprehension also significantly diminishes, and this can be a huge issue. So in conclusion, e-readers are not as good as books in the long run.
All right, your claim is very clear at the beginning, and I think that it's a good subject to be talking about. You do get into some other issues about piracy and learning, for instance, which I think would be their own claims, so I think you need to be a little bit more focused, although those all become reasons that, like I said, they are their own sorts of claims. One of the reasons that we're trying to keep this fairly narrow is to force you to develop support for a single point at a time. I don't know who McCain is. Then you cite them. I don't assume it's the presidential candidate, so there must have been some authority there that's going on with that opinion that they're talking about at the beginning. The statistics that you get that talk about how many people have read an e-book versus how many people have read a regular version of a book, that's interesting information. I don't know that it supports your claim one way or the other. It seems like it's mostly background information. The stuff from the New York Times talking about how kids learn more slowly using e-readers, I think that might be the more appropriate argument to make here, and that could have been maybe the thing that you spent some time on, talking about why moving to this technological innovation might be harmful to kids learning to read. I think there's a little bit more controversy there, and you've got some information that suggests that point. I've got a couple of things in the testimony category and one thing in the statistical category. I don't really see something that fits clearly into one of the other two categories, so that's a little bit problematic. I did think that you tried to cite sources during the presentation, so that part is really solid. It's pretty well organized and easy to follow. I think you project your voice effectively. At the end, you look a little apologetic, like there's something wrong with what you did, and I'm not sure what it is that you thought was problematic, but you certainly don't want to give the audience the impression that you think that something's screwed up. I didn't think that there was anything that was problematic, but you look really uncertain when you're doing that. Look and see if you can pick out what it is that you're doing that conveys that. And then I thought that the exit was fine. Summarized what you were saying. All right. Thank you.